pass there without covering your nose. When we are moving around, when we are moving, going home or coming now, so at least we wind up.
Some people now, they don't feel come here because at this place, they smell. Please. And yesterday, some people will come up for here, they don't come out.
We've clamored for the relocation of this dumping site. But they said government is giving them some area, some piece of land in another place. But yet, there is no solution.
What we had last year was they have moved that place to Unduru, somewhere in Unduru. But yet, they are still dropping refuse there. You see how they drop all the refuse in the main road, in the roadside, even it's not well packed.
On the dump site is this building with a description signposting the supposed activities expected of the facility to include recycling and material recovery. However, it appears the only activity carried out in this facility is dumping of waste. The advantages of a circular economy and the need to reduce waste by recycling or transforming it into something useful have also been stressed by respondents.
And we look everywhere to see that what can be done to make sure that the waste permanently will continue to have problem in the society. Each state has an existing waste management authority, but how effective is such an organization is the question we should ask ourselves.
Waste could be turned to wealth. If we agree that plastic constitutes the greater percentage of the waste, and we agree with me that this plastic could be reused, could be recycled, the government could begin to think of that. Can we recycle plastic? Because there are even those people that's into recycling in this state. It's very, I don't know how it sounds. When people pick plastic here and they take it to Lagos, no any recycling plants in those states. So I think we should be able to do that. The state government should be able to have a recycling plant.
Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Sunday Akinwalere, while stating government's plans regarding the facility, said a new dump site has been approved for you. The volume of waste moved to Igbatoro.
The Apomu site is in use, and by the time I visited, the last time I visited, I'm sure some people have been using the facility there. We encourage all our PSPs and other people that deal with waste to make sure that they use their common dumping sites to make sure that we have peace and serenity at Igbatoro while government starts to do the remedial work. We have gone far. We are collaborating with UNIDO, United Nations Industrial Development Organization, to manage
between governments, waste management teams, private sector, foreign investors and civil society has been identified as the only way out towards addressing.
Officials of emergency agencies have arrived at the scene of the incident to rescue trapped occupants. The Katsina state government has confirmed receipt of 2 billion naira Meanwhile, the Delta state government says workers in the 25 local government areas of the state will receive fuel subsidy removal. The House of Representatives has begun an investigation into the alleged non-remittance of contributions to the National Housing Fund (NHF), declaring open the other committee. A vessel, MV Cecilia, arrested with about 350,000 liters of stolen diesel, also in Woji, or the Akwa local government area of River State, has been set ablaze by the Nigerian Navy. The Taraba State All Progressives Congress (APC) has declared the non-inclusion of the former secretary and legal advisor of the Tinubu Shetima Presidential Campaign Council in the state, Mohammed Mustafa, and the cabinet of President Bola Tinubu. In a state The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, says Nigeria Air Force (NAF) will soon take delivery of 18 attack helicopters to boost its fleet of aircraft. Abubakar gave the assurance at a one-day tour of Ondo State Judiciary says it received the root shock the news of the death of veteran broadcaster Olalekan Lariwaju. In a statement, Chief Registrar of the body, Victoria Bob Manuel, said Olalekan Lariwaju Zimbabwe has extended voting in selected wards by a day after the late distribution of ballot papers delayed polling. Voters from a southern African country waited for hours to vote, saying they were hungry for change from economic chaos, but analysts were skeptical that the ruling ZANU-PF party would allow a credible election or any loosening of its
sir. That is if the ZANU-PF and the police have denied seeking to influence the election's outcome. A ZANU-PF spokesman has accused the opposition of being obsessed with criticizing the electoral process so that they have something to say after losing. Nevertheless, intelligence firm African Risk Consulting, in a pre-election note, said the electoral playing field is heavily skewed in favor of the ruling party. 5 years into Managua's rule, it said, conditions have not changed much from the Mugabe era. Akintunde Akinshimola for Osrc News.
An Indian spacecraft has become the first to land on the rugged, unexplored south pole of the will be discharged over the next 30 days. China, which has been the most vocal of opponents since the plan was announced 2 years ago, called the water discharge an extremely selfish and irresponsible act, adding that Japan was passing an open wound